Hello, my name is Simona Cipriani and I'm here at the Art of Control at the Pilates studio, and we have what we call the electric chair or the high chair, and Marianne is going to try it today for the first time. So it's a great piece of equipment to actually understand what we call the powerhouse and working through the center of the body, the core of the body, the legs, and mostly the glutes and the abdominal area. So you have a wall behind you, which is really what is giving you some feedback about your back and how you're going to work through the exercise. So what I want you to do is get your hands on the handles on both sides this way, so you can actually, have something to hold on, but also lifting yourself up, okay? At the same time, I want you to think about scooping into your abdominals to press your abdominals into the low back, and then keeping the low back against the actual frame of the chair behind you, okay? Now, the exercise is called the pumping, and it's really the legs movement, but we're not going to focus on the legs movement per se. We're going to use the leg movement to work against the resistance to actually get into the lifting of the body. So I want you to lift your body up as you press the pedal down. So you're going to have your heels high. Be very careful with the heels right there. And you're going to press the pedal down with your feet from underneath you. And then you're going to go to a place where the knee is going to get to the same place with the hips, somewhere in that line. And then you're going to bring it back up. Good. And then every time you press down, now engage your glutes and think about really lifting against the frame. Nice. And then release. Good. So the beginning, it's hard to really, have a sense of that. So make sure your knees stay open, but not as more than the hip width. Are you comfortable with your toes there? Can you push a little more with your big toe? Go back a little further, just a little, not that much. Yeah, I just want to make sure you really can press with the first metatarsus there. Now, a little smaller and just a little faster. So you're going to go all the way up each time. Yeah, there you go. Now you're going to go up with your body and then release. And up with the body and then release. And up and up and up and up and up. That's it. So first the knee go up and then the body go up. Good. Now engage your glutes really, really tight every time, and see if you can come up a little higher. That's it. I want to see that you're really growing up with your head. Nice. There you are. So it takes a little while to really get going, but then once you get the experience, that you can always reproduce that experience. But now she's not thinking the legs anymore, even though the legs are still working, but now she's really focusing on the spine, the glutes, the powerhouse. Now you can also do this into a different position. So let's say that you might have some knee issues, or you possibly have some hip alignment that you want to work with. Then you can actually have your feet hip width apart in that position, and to make sure that you are even with your ankles. Good. And then from here, let's do just a few. Press down a little bit. So you want to maintain the same amount of space, and come back up and release every time you come up, okay? Because you want to always make sure the muscles can rest for a second, right? So you work hard here, and now you control it, but you release it a little. You press and work hard, and then release it. So this is great for alignment. So if the client needs to really learn how to work the ankles and knee joint in line with the pelvis, this is a nice, great position. There's also another position that we do the pumping with, which is together and parallel, but together in the center and squeezing the knees together. So this is not great for women that have a large pelvis, right? but it's actually great for learning how to feel that center line, the inner thighs, and also give you a nice stability for your ankles. So if you're a little weak on your ankles and your toes are not strong, this actually would be a perfect position for you. So again, few pumping from here. Squeeze under and then release. And squeeze under. Beautiful. And release. Now we'll do it a little quicker and smaller. 1, 2. So now I'm challenging her to quickly think about it, to engage the muscles a little faster and coordinate every movement. So that's also another challenge. And now if she would be really arched with the back, and I would see that this will happen a lot each time, then you would just bring your head in a little bit, look inside your navel, and just get a little bit more into like a flexion, you know, a little bit into mostly the powerhouse. So looking down, pretend that you didn't do a good job. And then again, squeeze. So that's basically the weight of the head, just looking down would allow her to really get in touch and look at the actual place where she wants to keep it a little bit more against the chair. So it will give her a little more flexion in the lumbar spine. That's all. Isn't that great? You like it?
Thank you.
Enjoy it. Thank you.